Klonoa. Empire of Dreams works like a typical 2D side-scroller, with the player moving Klonoa left or right on the scrolling screen, while defeating enemies using his Wind Bullet, a special ring that can shoot a small gust of wind forward and draw an enemy in, allowing Klonoa to lift them over his head. From this position, he can either throw them straight forward like a projectile, taking out any enemy they hit, or he can perform a double jump, allowing him to reach places he couldn't normally. In addition to enemies, Klonoa can also pick up large square blocks and place them wherever the player chooses. By holding the jump button after Klonoa has left the ground, Klonoa flaps his ears and can float in midair for a short duration, which also somewhat increases his jumping height. The game is progressed by finding the exit to a stage after collecting 3 stars within the level. Other items like crystals and hearts can be collected in addition, and one-up items, resembling Klonoa's hat, are usually hidden within a level as well. Hearts can also be found to increase Klonoa's health. Empire of Dreams received positive reviews from critics, earning an 85 out of 100 average rating from aggregate review website Metacritic. Upon its release in Japan, Weekly Famitsu scored the game a 34 out of 40, earning the magazine's Gold Award. GameSpot called the title a highly respectable emulation of the general feel of the Klonoa universe, but overall found it less ambitious than Klonoa 2 on the PlayStation 2. They would also praise the game's audio and visual presentation, including its multiplaned backgrounds, image scaling, and rotation effects, declaring that despite a minimal level of background animation, the game looks awesome. IGN similarly applauded the game's graphic capabilities, but found the color palette a bit lacking when compared to other titles on the system. The website additionally favored its overall gameplay and puzzles, ultimately calling the game absolutely wonderful and one of the most cleverly designed platform games on the Game Boy Advance. During their Best of 2001 awards, IGN would name Empire of Dreams Best Platformer for the Game Boy Advance. While Game Informer also found the game's visuals to be sharp and colorful, the magazine also felt that Empire of Dreams didn't take enough advantage of the system by providing pseudo 3D background graphics that had become this series' hallmark, summarizing that the end result is a fun game, but doesn't hit the mark as well as previous efforts. GamePro called attention to the bright, kaleidoscopic levels, declaring that the graphics and sounds are as sharp as those of any other GBA game, ultimately calling Empire of Dreams a straightforward platformer with enough gameplay variety that will make you want to play to the very end.